Hi everyone, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Wonderful. My name is Raja and I'm a senior double majoring in electrical engineering and computer science.
My name is Erin. I'm a senior also studying electrical engineering.
And my name is Ray. I'm also a senior in electrical engineering.
And we are
In
Visitor
technology.
technology.
So think back to one of those times where you left work really late at night and you walk out to your car in a dark, empty parking lot and you kind of see that person out of the corner of your eye who's making you feel a little bit uncomfortable and you just need that gut feeling. Your first instinct is to pick up the phone and call someone, but it's very difficult with your bag. And we find that a lot of students on campus have this problem. There are meetings for student organizations that run late at night or classes that get out around 9:30 or 10. And we found that student organization attendance actually drops as the daylight hours get shorter. We here at Pepper Spray to mediate this problem. We found it's a lot bigger than that. You see, there are 240 million people in the United States alone that call 911 each year. And they do so holding confidence in the fact that help is going to arrive in the national average of 10 minutes. But what if that phone is at the bottom of your bag? Or that blue light is just way too far away? Or you can't afford to draw attention to yourself? Or what if you live in a developing nation where you can't rely on that 10-minute response time at all?
Not only do UMass Lowell students face this problem, but there are 17.5 million students enrolled in college campuses across the nation. Nurses, doctors, people working the late night shift, they have no discreet way of contacting help in the event of an emergency. What's even worse is people in developing nations, they have no reliable police system to depend on. My parents both grew up in Egypt, like 80 million people who live there right now, and they got to witness firsthand how, sadly, sometimes sipping the remainder of your coffee can take priority to the police over responding to an emergency.
So, there needs to be a solution that is easily accessible, discreet, reliable, and satisfies a global need. That's why we designed Flaire. Flaire is a tiny electric component which fits into wearable devices such as jewelry. With just the push of a button, users will have instant access to emergency contacts and be able to send help messages and location information. This eliminates the need to pull out your phone and dial a number when time is so limited. So the way it works is you get your Flaire component in the mail. To set it up, it's just you attach it to one of any jewelry that you like, and then you install a mobile application on your phone, which we've designed for you to be able to configure your contacts and your personal information and how you wish to notify people. We also have a website in development which we intend to use for online sales and additional features.
Currently, our competitors, their products are not discreet, they're very obvious. They lack efficiency and accessibility. Not only that, but they range between $200 to $300.
Unlike our competitors, our product constantly gives the users updates so you know when those predetermined contacts have received your message and also when they're on their way. It doesn't require those contacts to download any sort of app onto their phone, so anyone with a mobile device can receive a call or a text. And it allows users to opt for a loud alarm sounding if discretion isn't the best option. It will also vibrate when users in your contact list are requesting help themselves. So not only can you rely on other people, but they can rely on you as well.
So the initial cost of production is estimated around $30 per unit. We project that will lower down to around $20 per unit once we get larger volume sales and mass production. So our plan is to produce an initial batch of 250 units. So we need $7,500, 500 of which we've already received from a previous contraction. Our plan is to sell the product at around $50, which gives us a 40% markup rate, which we intend to use for setting up the appropriate manufacturing facilities and distribution channel. Initially, we intend to distribute our product through online sales and shipping, and our long-term goals is to be able to expand our market to developing nations where they need it the most.
Thank you so much for listening to our pitch. We hope that you believe in us and our company so that we can make it a success. We also have handouts we would like to give you, and we look forward to listening to your questions. Thank you so much.
Okay, the first time I needed one of these, it wasn't with me. How are you going to help facilitate that the person has it on their body when they need it?
So, our hope that it will be embedded within jewelry that you could purchase. So typically when I'm getting up in the morning, I either throw on a pair of earrings, a simple bracelet, a necklace, whatever you like. For men, it'll be inside of a necklace and keychains. So we would hope that you would have one of those products on you, or you take the time in the morning to put one on.
And our plan is to be able to use it in any type of jewelry. So let's say you didn't want to wear that bracelet that day or that watch that day, you can just put it into whatever you want to wear.
Exactly.
How does it attach?
So it will have a small clip that will allow it to attach to existing jewelry. And in the future, we would like to license the component so it is built into existing brands like Pandora. And so on.
We're also looking into developing like an end-to-end product that basically embeds it into the jewelry, has the buttons configured, and then maybe even using energy harvesting so you wouldn't have to worry about your battery dying. It just constantly charges with using
So
solar power.
earlier in the presentation, you said the problem is that the help is either too far away, or in developing countries, they don't have enough response time. So how does this solve that problem?
So we have, you choose the list of predetermined contacts that you want in your application. So if you're, and then once you, it's a one-time setup like Ray said, once you have those contacts listed, you can like switch, drag and drop which ones you want priority over. So if I'm leaving the lab and Ray and Raja are back inside the building, I can have them first, so that if it's when I'm walking out to my parking lot that I need assistance, they know, they knew that I was on my way there anyway. If you want it to be like a local, you can have UMassL PD on there. So
But in developing nations where they don't have reliable 911 available, they can just configure it to be someone that they know will show up when they need it.
Exactly. So the idea behind the developing nations rose because both of my parents lived in Egypt, and there was an emergency where they needed help. And by the time the police arrived, it had been 3 hours later. So it stems from, if I press a button and I contact my mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, all of them get the alert message at the same time. None of them are gonna sip their coffee and continue. They're gonna be there as soon as they can. And we hope that one of them will be nearby, or will at least respond to the emergency in less than 3 hours.
Yeah, there are two competing devices on the market today. One is an app on a smartphone, which does exactly the same thing. So yes, I agree with you, you gotta dig out the cell phone out of your purse or whatever. So that may not be readily available. But the other one is a panic button on your phones. They have phones, in fact in India, my parents use that. They have a phone with a panic button, so if they fall or something happens, they press the panic button, and there's a predefined list of contacts that text messages go out to, and those people come and respond.
Correct. So the problem
You
with
have to
that,
have your phone in the hand.
exactly. Not
Yeah.
only that, but if you are being attacked or you are in an emergency situation, you're not going to tell the person who's attacking you, hold on 1 second, please discontinue attacking me. I'm just going to take out my phone and press the little panic button on it. But if you just press your watch, chances are they won't even notice. They'll probably...
But you don't want to upset them.
Exactly. If they do see you pressing a phone, or if they even see your phone, they're going to take it, smash it into pieces. This way it's discreet. They have no idea that help is on the way.
we found that discretion was one of the elements missing from a lot of our competition. You need to be able to contact help and not notify, like Ray said, not upset those who are attacking you or related that.
Another feature that we would be ideal actually is if someone's going to rob you and take your purse. Your purse has your phone in it. As long as you are able to activate the device, your phone is constantly tracking that location of where the person is that took your phone, and it's constantly sending it to other people. So if the police show up and they just show up to where the attacker is, they'll just catch them and hopefully you can get your stuff back. But it's obviously not guaranteed.
So, if, like, I'd be concerned that you'd be hitting it, like what is the functionality that makes it so that you're not hitting it all the time, or all of a sudden you're pressing time and then alerting everyone in the room to run over and help you, right?
So the way
I'd
it
be
works
concerned with
is
that.
it's going to have 2 buttons, and you need to press and hold them for 3 to 5 seconds. And then once it activates, it will vibrate so that you know it's been activated. So in case you, I mean, we thought that was good enough that like it's very rare that it would get activated, but it still lets you know. So if there was an accident, you just figure your phone.
So this will be Bluetooth enabled to the cell phone, it'll be,
It's
So
like-
it's a dual press, and that activates the Bluetooth to send the signal to the mobile device, and you'll feel it vibrate, so that's the dual communication that you're talking
so how
about.
big is the,
It's really small.
It's less than a coin. So see, the diameter of this watch would be less in the middle of it.
So we've been working on this as part of our senior design project. So we don't have a complete product yet, like on a PCB, but we have like a prototype that we've been using it, so if you'd like to
Who do
demonstrate,
you
so,
think would be manufacturing this for you?
what's that?
And who do you think it would be manufacturing this for you?
We would do, to start off, we would do third party, the school has relations which students can use for just giving them the proper like schematics and CAD files, and then you can get a printed circuit board ready. And then we also have a 3D printing on campus, and we know people that would be able to give it a packaging so that it's not like this PCB that they can just use and be able to set up the attachments.
And so what are you thinking about volumes? I know it's probably unfair to ask the question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So what do you think when it gets rolled out? What do you think the volumes look like?
We project it would be pretty popular, but to start off, we want to be able to control it kind of so that we can enhance all the initial problems that like arise with any new product. We're also developing it with Android because it's a lot easier to do to start off, so we would need to then develop an iOS app for Apple products so we can be able to reach the whole market.
So our initial batch is going to be 250 units.